Hello and welcome to SquishiVision, where I'm about to react to the official teaser trailer for How to Train Your Dragon. This is I've seen the film. Okay, so I've seen How to Train Your Dragon. I've seen How to Train Your Dragon 2. I've seen nothing else. Not for like anything in particular reason. I just never got around to watching the other films. Sorry, I started this stream at the wrong time because something I really need to fart. So we're just kind of telling that off here. That's too much information for you. Where was I? Sorry. Again, I also probably shouldn't read this at 3:30 in the morning when I'm exhausted. I've seen the first two How to Train Your Dragon films. This has made it very, very crystal clear to me that I should get my butt into gear and watch the rest of them. To be fair, I have until this film is going to come out June 2025. You may or may not have heard that. This film is going to come out in June 2025. So that's probably enough time to watch one more theatrical film. Oh, actually, no, I think I have seen one of the short films. I think I've seen Gift of the Night. I've seen the one where he fixes the wing of Toothless, but then they decide that actually we don't need it. I can't remember which one it is now. But certainly one theatrical film, 3 short films, and 8 seasons of DreamWorks Dragons. I'm sure that's perfectly doable. Not that I need to watch them all, obviously, because the film is a remake of the first film, which I've seen, so it should be fine. But it would be nice to kind of get up to date. Speaking of remakes, so this film is written and directed by Dean DeBlois, who also is the co-director and co-writer of the original film, which is interesting. Not often when you remake an animated film do you have the same director and the same writer. Different producer, but I don't know how much that matters. In fact, it's being produced by Dean DeBlois as well, and then also Mark Platt, rather than Brad Lewis and Bonnie Arnold. But that's interesting because I have seen there's been like images all over the internet of side-by-side comparisons, and at least some of the shots in this film will be shot-for-shot remakes. I wonder if the rest of it is, or probably not all of it. I don't imagine. Some things don't necessarily translate to, but I mean, I don't know. A lot of The Lion King was shot-for-shot remake, so it'd be interesting to see if that's a trend they go with. Certainly, it would be acceptable given that it's the same director. No one could accuse you of plagiarizing another piece of artwork, but it's a choice for sure. And then I wonder also how much of the dialogue is going to be identical. I'm not like a diehard, clearly, because I've only seen the first 2 and one of the short films, How to Train Your Dragon fan. So I don't know if I can really pick up on the dialogue as much, but certainly by the time we get to watching the film in 2025, I will have seen. I really should have watched the first film again before I watched this trailer, so I could actually comment on that, but I haven't. So, I should probably talk about the cast. I'm not sure if anyone is actually reprising their role. I think everyone is actually. I think everyone is new. So replacing Jay Baruchel as Hiccup, we have Mason Thames, who was in the Black Phone that came out 3 years ago. But in nothing else that I recognize. He's still a fairly green actor. We have... Oh, okay. We do have someone reprising the role, actually. Probably the only person is Gerard Butler, reprising the role of Stoic DeVast and being bumped up the credit list to second billing. To be fair, Gerard Butler probably can replay the role perfectly fine. I don't think he's as wide, but well, I'll go and see the trailer how they deal with that. Nico Parker as Astrid Hofferson. This is the thing that obviously everyone online is getting very pissing their pants about, because Nico Parker is not a white blonde woman. She's a person of color with dark hair. She is the daughter of Fandry Newton, who is an amazing actress, very underused in Solo. So I'm more excited. I've seen images of her character. She looks sufficiently Nordic and Viking-esque. I don't think that Astrid's Aryan features were particularly crucial to a character in the film, so not a huge issue. Nick Frost is replacing Craig Ferguson as Gobber, which is an interesting choice, primarily because Nick Frost isn't Scottish. Not that, you know, you have to be Scottish to play these characters, and certainly not all of them are. But well, I don't actually. I think most of the animated cast who play. So Gerard Butler is Scottish. Craig Ferguson is Scottish. This person isn't Scottish, but I don't think he used a Scottish accent in the film. Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Jonah Hill isn't Scottish, but I don't think that character used a Scottish accent. T.G. Miller and Christig Wiig aren't Scottish, but I don't think they use Scottish voices either. They use kind of like jock voices. David Tennant is Scottish. Robin Atkin Downs is English. All the characters who I remember having Scottish accents are voiced by Scottish voice actors. Or Scottish actors. Nick Frost isn't Scottish. I could probably believe that Nick Frost can do a possible... I don't know. I guess we'll find out if Nick Frost can do a possible Scottish accent. I know Simon Pegg can do a possible Scottish accent. Or at least good enough that they cast him as Scotty. Not sure about Nick Frost. Julian Dennison as Fishlegs Eigerman, who is a New Zealand actor. What's Mason? American. Mason Thames is American. Nick Parker is American. Julian Dennison is from New Zealand. Oh, I recognize him from being one of the people in Godzilla vs. Kong, which I've not seen, but I've seen the trailers of. I don't know if I necessarily recognize him in... I don't think I've seen him in anything else. He was in Deadpool 2, which I have not seen. Someone called Gabriel Howell, who doesn't have a Wikipedia article, is playing Snout Lout Jurgensen. There are two twins. They're played by Bronwyn James, who is British, from Wakefield. Oh, she's in Wicked as one of Glinda's friends. Yeah, I think actually I recognise her. Interesting that she's 30 years old. I only say that because the character who's playing Hiccup is 17. So they have like mostly cast teens. But like, well, actually I don't know. How old is Nico Parker? Yeah, Nico Parker is 19. Julian Dennison is 22, so a bit older. She is 29 to 30. We apparently don't know what month she was born in, which is kind of old time. But I guess there's nothing really explicit that the kids were kids. But I think it's implied that they are at least like teens. So she does seem to be in the old age, a bit of an older casting there. Ooh, that was got very excited there. Is this who I think this is? Oh no, maybe not. Is this not a Picard actor? Give me a face. Who am I thinking of? Oh, very similar voiced. It's very similar. I thought this is Harry Treadaway who plays Narek and Picard. No, this is Harry Trevaldwin, who is in an episode of The Acolyte playing Jedi Mog Adana, and I assume because I don't instantly know who that is, it's probably oh yeah, it's the Padawan who assists the Green Jedi. He was decent. I like him. And then Ruff Cod as Legma. And then you got Peter, Serafino Wiz. Oh god, Wiggs. I can't say normal words. And Murray MacArthur in roles. Anyway, before I fall asleep or anything else, I think we should watch this trailer. And I think I should remember to pause the music this time because I forgot last time and that was embarrassing. Right. Let's
when you carry the
okay. That works.
carry all of us with you.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
But you will.
I'm a Viking. I'm a Viking! It's okay. I won't hurt you.
Oh yeah, that was a teaser. That was very quick. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't think there's much we can say without going through. So so certainly they get the look of Hiccup done. The get the look of Hiccup down very well. It's pretty much a identical live action remake of the outfit Hiccup wears in the films, in the first film at least. Where did they film this? That's the anime one. Where filming? Belfast in Northern Ireland. Yeah. Have I been to Belfast? I can't remember. This very much does look like Belfast. And yeah, I think actually the proportions, and to be fair, a lot of the cape is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, but that actually is a reasonable way to do it, without, fat suiting Gerard Butler. And obviously he's saying the same lines, or at least he's saying the same character. He's playing the same character that he voices. So it should be fairly simple. It's interesting that he's the only voice, he's the only returning character, but it kind of does make sense.
When you carry this axe, you carry all of us with you.
And he actually looks spot on.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
So this isn't fair to criticize, but it is very much what is the case here. Can I pronounce his surname? Baracle has a very distinct voice. He's just one of those actors, you know the type, who you can recognize the voice instantly. It's very distinct. It's almost trademarkable. And of course, Mason Thames isn't doing a voice impersonation, because why would he? But it does mean that you watch this, for anime. That's the problem with adapting an animated thing to live action. Is that because people are so used to hearing the voices, especially considering that obviously Hiccup narrates the films, so we're very used to hearing his voice. That when you hear someone else say the lines or play the character and not having the same voice, it does not quite melch. But that being said, it's a teaser trailer. Hopefully, once we get to watch the entire thing, it might be easily forgotten. And certainly, a lot of the physical acting, I think, is capturing it pretty well. So this actually occurred to me until I saw this part. Obviously, the dinosaurs, the dragons in the animated film are everything in the animated film is CGI, but dragons aren't real. So the dragons in live action will have to be CGI, and they're pretty much just I actually do like the fidelity. They basically are going for the exact same dragon design as in the animated films, but just making the texture more realistic. But the proportions that we see in those films, the fact that some of them have quite big heads that like match the size of their stomachs, kind of deal, the variety, I do appreciate that we're kind of sticking to that kind of like aesthetic.
But you will.
And then this part here is pretty much shot for shot remake. But I think that is Dean DeBloy recognizing that this is a iconic part of the animated film and being like, well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And Toothless in live action is done very well. It's a very simple, sleek design. And I mean, because the animated version, the fidelity, like texture, detail is very like well done anyway. You could probably just plop that into live action, it would work. And that's pretty much what's happened here. They've kind of refined it a bit more. So it's weird actually. Now, more look at it,
I won't hurt you.
the more Toothless here kind of like, I think they've done the right choice. I think they've tried to avoid a Sonic situation here. They've tried to make sure that Toothless still looks faithful to the design of the animated one, even though obviously Toothless is a very cartoony character. It's very cat-like. They have very like cartoony cat design features, and so when you translate it into live action, it looks even more cartoony. But I know for a fact that if they changed that at all, people would kick off. And I think it actually, I mean, dragons don't exist in real life, and if they did, maybe they would look like that. So it still works. I think it's more important for it to be faithful to the design than to make it look realistic, and that's what they've gone for. So yeah, that's my reaction to this. What am I saying? That's my reaction to the teaser for How to Train Your Dragon. I am now gonna go react to the trailer, and well, there was a trailer that released a few days ago, maybe yesterday, for the new Wallace and Gromit film. There's also a new Pixar teaser that's come out, and then we're on a bit of a streak. So let's push through and react to both of those, and then I can finally go to bed at the good old early time of 4 o'clock. Okay, get out of my house.